What's up, guys? We are coming with another episode. It's gonna be kind of quick one, like 20 minutes, and we're gonna focus like every episode. We're focusing on something different. I just want to focus on the background of RMV and talk a lot about the challengers, the format, the everything, because this is the main. I think this is the main goal for you right now to try to go through the challengers, qualify for the QuakeCon, and then eventually get into the Kupil, right?
Yeah, right now that's the main goal. I just qualified for the Polish league that was
hmm
opened up,
hmm
and I'm also playing in the Asta League that they
hmm
just started. But
hmm
main goal is the challenges. I figured
Uh,
just good practice.
you gave me a great like question for now. You didn't participate in Rasp League, like the Russian one?
No, I didn't know that there was
Uh,
qualifiers for it.
all right.
I saw that it started like 2 weeks after it started.
hmm
So,
I've spoke with some players and probably there is going to be another season of Rasp League. So I think it's like everything is still like open for you.
yeah, I'll try for it when it comes around. But
hmm
like I say, I just didn't know about it last time.
Yeah. Anyway, how did you get into Quake and why you choose Quake? Like when from which Quake you started basically?
I played a little bit like Quake 3 when I was little,
hmm
like when I was like 4 or 5 with my dad. Like he used to have like LANs with like all his friends, and I'd like
hmm
jump on the server on like a
hmm
spare PC and just play for a bit.
hmm
Um, and I was usually beating them because
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe they were just bad.
hmm
Um, but yeah, I started with that, and then I was kind of just playing like Clan Arena and like Freeze Tag in Quake 3 for like a year, like when
hmm
I was in school, and then I switched to Quake Live in like 2015, 16, I want to say.
hmm
Like just playing like a few duels with like people that I met on there,
hmm
like really low level duels because I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
Um, just running around the map, just trying to hit rails that I've seen like pros hit. I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
hmm
We'll keep doing
hmm
that.
hmm
And then around 20, I want to say 2018, but I might be wrong. I tried Quick Champions, but I didn't like the round duels or whatever it
hmm
was.
hmm
So when they introduced the time limit again, I actually started trying to play Quake.
hmm
Um, Yeah, and then I sort of just went from there.
All right, because Quake 3 times, that was quite a long time ago. So it was like what, over 10 years ago, even more.
Yeah.
Because it was like OSP times, like the first versions of Quake 3, or it was this CPMA Quake 3, which came after Quake 4.
No, I was playing the original one,
Okay, so how old are you now?
20.
20. So you were
Yeah.
like what, 3, 4 years old back then?
Yeah, when I started it, yeah.
Whoa, that's actually crazy. I started playing Quake when I was 13.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, 3 years old. So basically, you're playing like Quake from the beginning of your life. That's
Yeah, pretty
crazy.
much. Yeah.
That's
It's
crazy.
always had like big influence on me.
Yeah.
Like my dad was like competing in these TDM tournaments, stuff like that.
And what
Uh,
was his nickname?
MJV, probably.
MJV.
Yeah. Um,
I
I don't
don't
think it was
reckon
very
him.
high. Yeah,
hmm
I don't think it was like high level stuff, but like
But they were
local tournaments kind of
probably
stuff.
playing all those clan-based things and
Yeah,
Nationals Cup
exactly.
maybe. Yeah. Uh, all right. So. Long story short, you basically starting from the last year, when did you decide in Quake Champions that you wanted to actually try to go through qualifiers? Because if you started in 2018, it means it was the end of the dual rounds, and right
Yeah.
after that, in 2019, they kind of announced this QPL league, which is going till now. So when did you realize that, hey, I want to try to compete and I need
I
to go
think it
through the
was
challengers and
think like 2020. I
hmm
can't remember exactly when it was, but I tried the first challenges
hmm
and I qualified eighth, like the eighth slot because they did it differently then, right? They did
hmm
like you
yeah.
qualify and then the 8 people go into like a
hmm
different tournament, and I got the eighth spot in that. Uh, and in that I played Stone, lost 2-0, and then
hmm
I think I played Ins like with a Z, and then I
hmm
lost 2-0 to him, and I was like, okay, I
hmm
lost, whatever, but at least I made it to this qualifier. And then from then I kind of thought, right, okay, maybe I can do something with this.
Mhm.
So I like at that time I was on 60 hertz still,
Mhm.
um, and everyone was making a big fuss about like how much of a difference it made. So I just
Mhm.
decided to invest in a better setup basically.
Mhm.
And
So you
then
basically
from then
invested
I
in
got
like
better.
what, 240 or 360?
I went to a 240, but my
Mhm.
PC wasn't good enough to run it.
Yeah.
So I had 240 that I still have now.
Mhm.
Um, but I was running it at 144.
Uh-huh.
And then after the when was it I bought it? I don't remember. I think it was like 3 months before Romania.
Mhm.
I bought equipment for my PC so I could run 240.
Mhm.
And then yeah, I've been on 240 for like a year now, I think.
That's nice. So you qualified for Quake on 2022.
Yeah.
And was that your first like big LAN event, or you've been
hmm
to any other LAN events before? No, that was the first one.
Only like the things that my dad used to host, but that's
All
I
right.
was like 5, so it doesn't really count.
And you came there with your manager from Click, right?
hmm I did.
Okay. And you guys still working together, right?
Yeah, I re-signed with them last month.
All right. And how did you like going to QuakeCon, and do you think like your manager being there helped you anyway, or it create any pressure for you? Basically, like going into QuakeCon, like you knew that you had to like beat like two players, I guess, to get into the QPL.
Yeah,
And
I had to beat
what was your
Dramas and then
bracket? Yeah.
CNZ. I had to beat Dramas then CNZ if I wanted to qualify through upper
Mhm.
bracket.
Mhm.
If I lost to Dramas, which I did,
Mhm.
I then had to beat Kron,
Mhm.
which I lost because
All right.
he's just better at the
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
So that was my bracket. I kind of went into it with the mindset of I've got nothing to lose.
Mhm.
Like these guys are defending, I'm coming in to try and get in.
Mhm.
So
Of
I
course.
just went in with that mindset. Uh, Blubs being there, which is the manager, it
Mhm.
it helped quite a bit to be fair, because I'm quite a nervous person,
Mhm.
and as my first, no, as my second time out of the country, and
Mhm.
I was flying alone. Um, the time before that was like a month before when I went on
Mhm.
like a family holiday, so it was like a big step for me to be able to
All
do that.
right.
Um, it was weird because I had like an interchange from the
Mhm.
UK to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And at Amsterdam, I got to the gate, and then like an hour later, Rafa turned up to the same gate, and I was like, hold
Mhm.
on, that's kind of weird. So
Yeah.
then we were talking for like a couple of hours,
Mhm.
which made it pass a lot quicker, which was nice. But yeah, overall, it was nice to meet everyone,
Yeah. But
and
like
it's nice to
arriving,
feel.
let's say arriving to QuakeCon, because like I will get many questions about it. We'll go back to that. Uh, Arriving to QuakeCon, did you try to, for example, set your mind to like trying out the PCs a lot, like the setup, because it's gonna be definitely different. Like everywhere is different. It's kind of awkward feeling in the beginning. You need to get used to it. Like, did you play a lot of like practice games when you were already there and try to adjust like your settings, maybe some kind of like, I don't know, chair monitors, like
I didn't
distances and.
change like anything with the setup. The
Mhm.
main thing I noticed with the setup is my chair has like arms, and
Mhm.
like I get like really sweaty like hands when I play,
Mhm.
and often I just like if I die for example, I will like
Yeah.
wipe my hands on my chair, and I went to
Mhm.
do this while I was playing, and there were
Mhm.
no arms, and I was like, okay, so great, I need to change that.
Mhm.
That was the main thing I noticed difference on.
Mhm.
The only thing I changed was my sensitivity. I
Mhm.
lowered it a little bit because it felt faster on LAN. Like
Mhm.
LG felt like it moved quicker. I don't know how to explain it.
Mhm.
Uh, but aside from that, I just plugged in and played.
All right.
And I was in the booths because we were on separate booths, weren't we? I
Mhm.
was sat next to Rafa, so I was
Mhm.
like, okay, I'll just see if he wants some practice.
Yeah.
So I practiced with him for a couple of hours, and the
Mhm.
games were okay. And I was like, okay, I'm actually playing fairly. Like I
Mhm.
kept most of them close, which I'm happy with.
Mhm.
Uh, I played I played some with Sirius, which didn't go well. He just
Mhm.
hit me with everything, and I didn't know what to do.
Mhm.
and I played some with Sib, which went well. And I can't remember who else I played against, to be honest. But I practiced.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, if I practice too much, I kind of like just get tired and don't want to play the next day.
Hmm.
So I tried not to overdo it. But I think my biggest mistake is when I like lose a game. Like for example, I
Hmm.
lost to Dramus.
Hmm.
I didn't want to play anymore,
Hmm.
and my game was the next day. So I had the whole day to practice for the game against Kron, and
Hmm.
I just didn't practice at all because I was in a bad mood.
Okay.
So I think that was my biggest mistake. So basically, since then, I've just been trying to work on
Hmm.
resetting after losing, which has gone
I
well.
think I think most important is to not get like losses personally, because it's
Mm.
well, it happens first of all. Second of all, nobody's like winning all the time, and third of all, it's like it's the part of the game, and it's like nothing personal, and it's like I
Yeah,
think maybe it's better even to lose in practice game and get something out of it, or like in even in official match if you're losing, like if you plan your career like long term and you want to achieve something long term, then maybe you actually learn something from those two games.
yeah, I did actually learn a lot from those games. A couple of months after the Romania, I
Hmm.
went to QuakeCon in
Hmm.
Barcelona,
Yeah.
which was also online, and I played so much better at that one than I did at QuakeCon.
Hmm.
For example, like in the practice games, I was playing a lot better,
Hmm.
like taking maps from Dramis, Jane, and lots of other people that were there.
Hmm.
And then in the actual like on stage game, I nearly beat Maxter, which I'm happy
Hmm.
with because he
Hmm.
won the whole thing.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I had two close games with CNZ where I just made mistakes that I've worked on since,
Hmm.
which cost me the games. But overall,
Okay.
I'm happy with how I played.
Do you like to be more of an underdog in your games?
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. I if I'm expected to win something, I put too
Hmm.
much pressure on myself
Yeah.
and then end up making just stupid mistakes.
Hmm. And
Um,
and you said
yeah,
that your manager helped you kinda at QuakeCon with like all the mental things.
yeah. Going there, I obviously did like I knew you all kind of because I've been
Hmm.
watching and playing against you all,
Hmm.
but I didn't actually know anybody when I was going
Hmm.
there, and I was nervous about that. So it was nice to have him there as like someone that I actually knew because I'd
Hmm.
met up with him a few times before.
Hmm.
So it's nice in that sense, and also, for example, if I needed anything at the event, like they had this like ventilation right above my booth, and
Hmm.
I was freezing the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, and I was just like, can we just like get it turned off? And he just went and told them to turn it off, and I could play better because otherwise I
Nice.
was just too cold and can't move.
I actually exchanged my PCs with Nosfa, because like above mine there was like this air condition which was freezing and I couldn't play, and above his there was none, and he was sweating. So I said let's change, because he's like he usually likes when it's like freezing cold. So we
Yeah.
changed and we were both happy. Anyway, challengers. Now the
Mm,
main goal is for you to qualify for the next QuakeCon, which is gonna be probably in Dallas, right?
probably.
Are you excited for that? Because this is the origin of Quake. Basically, this is the
Yeah.
mecca of Quake and where
Like
everything started.
I'd like to go to America. Like I don't know. It's a
Mm.
scary place for me, I'd
Scary
say.
place?
Yeah, for sure. It's I don't know.
Well, there is
Too
a lot of
obvious to even.
spiders, a lot of spiders in Dallas.
Yeah. Maybe I will just not qualify. I don't like spiders. But yeah, if I qualify, I'll go regardless of where it is. Like
Hmm.
I want to be back on LAN. Like it was
Hmm.
nice to see everyone
Yeah.
enjoying Quake, playing Quake, talking about Quake. It's
Hmm.
nice to be in that environment. Um, but yeah, I, for me, it's about like my mood on the day.
Hmm.
Like for example, last Saturday, Saturday before, whenever
Hmm.
qualifiers was, I played bad.
Hmm.
I was in bad mood. I couldn't focus, and I got too overed by Sparty. Not
Hmm.
to take anything away from Sparty, but and then the day after, I got second place in the Asta Summer Fragfest, I think it's called,
Hmm.
and I beat Maxter, Razy, Saigib, Dramis,
Um,
and it's like, where was that the day before?
yeah, well, I think Quake is a mental game. You need to have your mental on point. Sometimes I really believe that like the proper mental state can even compensate for some lack of the skills or practice or like time you spent on the game if you got it right. But also this comes also like practices gives you kind of like this like confidence in your game and
Yeah,
everything. So yeah, but
like I've been going on like morning walks and stuff like that
mhm,
recently to like
mhm,
try and, I don't know, maybe have better mental. Maybe
mhm,
it's working, maybe it's
yeah,
not.
yeah. It's always good to have something aside in your life which you focus on. So you jump to Quake like it's something like on the side. It's like you don't really pressure yourself too much. But okay, so now we got like challenges. We got the system is different for the people who still don't know. We don't have because in the past it was like you were like you had to win like one challenger week, and then you were qualifying to the main final where like top eight were qualifying, right? Or
Yeah,
even more.
no, it was. I think it was more last time because of the um like
Like
restrictions.
an A and other regions and
Yeah, it's
everything and
four. Right now it's four globals and then one for each region, so it's
okay,
eight.
so now it's for globals. We already had one global, right?
Hmm.
Then it's like four globals are first in a row, right? Like first, second, third, and fourth are globals.
Yeah,
Then are the regions. Like fifth is gonna be like CEU,
maybe. I don't know
and
the
then
exact
an A
order.
and something and other regions. So basically, for European citizen, like for you, you got
Hmm.
like what, five chances to qualify, right?
Yeah, four now for me,
Yeah,
but
like
five overall.
okay. So four globals and one EU. One
Yeah,
global is already out, and Garpi won the last one, right?
he did. Yeah,
Yeah.
he played insanely.
Okay, so so you got four more chances. What do you have any plan right now? Like, I got a schedule. I'm gonna like let's say practice from Monday to Friday, or you trying to catch maybe players from QPL who already have picks made by Wednesday, and then you're trying to
Yeah,
maybe practice their picks and kind of like take notes and about the picks, or like you usually skip practicing with other like challengers, QPL challengers, or like you what is the main
I
idea, or you just go with the flow, how you feel,
I
and
tend to stream a lot less when it's
hmm
like challenges because I don't want people seeing how I play,
yeah,
even though I feel like most people know at this point.
hmm
Um, I don't really practice with the other challenges because I feel like, again, I don't want to give anything away. So mostly I do
hmm
just practice with people in QPL and like
hmm
try and, like you say, learn from their picks, see what they play,
hmm
see what's working. Um, and kind of just, I don't have like a set schedule
hmm
because I don't know, I don't really like schedules. I like to practice, like I say, when I'm in the mood to,
hmm
because if I'm not in the mood and I play, then I'll just be less in the mood to play.
hmm
Um, but yeah, I have now I'm playing in the Asta League, which I have
hmm
to do 3 maps a week, which I feel is good.
hmm
Um, and then there's the Polish league. I don't know when that's starting yet, but I
hmm
qualified for it yesterday.
okay,
Um, so yeah, I'm just waiting to. I'm practicing, but not fully. I'll probably practice a lot more the week of challenges.
okay, so because now the next challenger is gonna be in like 2 weeks.
Hmm.
We got one more
Fourth
week of
match,
QPL, and
I think.
then we got like QPL challengers.
Yeah,
There is still a lot of people left, because like especially in global, because like in global you got who like CNZ's party still gonna play
in these
Baxter,
Buckster,
Yup,
you Celts, like
Celts, yeah.
I can't think of. I don't know. There are a lot of good players still.
hmm hmm
Like I think it just comes down to the day and the
hmm
bracket because it's random, which I think is kind of dumb.
hmm
Like random with single limb, I don't think it works that well. If
Yeah,
it was
I guess it should be double aim, right?
Yeah, if it's random, I think double limb. But if it's single limb, I feel like they should do the bracket because
hmm
otherwise, for example, last time they redid the bracket like 4 times, which was just
hmm
like what
Yeah,
I don't know.
you lost so
It's just
much time.
frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah.
like the first bracket, everyone agreed looked good, but
Mm-hmm.
also they missed out like 4 players, including Gabi,
Mm-hmm.
who won it. So they redid it, and then I think the first round it was me versus Celts,
Mm-hmm.
and like they still missed a couple of players out, and everyone was complaining about it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and me and Celts didn't realize, and we had our picks and bans done, and we were about to start,
Mm-hmm.
and then we checked the Discord, and it was like, oh, we're restarting the bracket. And it's like, okay. So then I did my picks and bans again. I think I was playing against J-Ski.
Mm-hmm.
We played the first map, and then they reset the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a frustrating,
Crazy.
yeah,
Um, don't you think that for such system like a tournament system where you got like 64 people or 32 people bracket, you kind of need a lot of stamina and it's kind of different than like playing, for example, League. Because like in my case, like playing League is like, it's like much easier. You're just scamming, you're playing 3 maps, you just
yeah,
go chill. And when you go into tournament, there's actually game after game after game, and it seems that the huge grinders of the game. Like for example, if Kilson is playing a lot in a row, like he can play 4 or 5 hours in a row, he seems to do really good in brackets
yeah.
nowadays.
I I usually struggle with that. Like I peak after like 2 hours,
Hmm.
but in the recent tournament, I think I went for 6.5 hours or something like this, and I was still playing well. So
Hmm.
maybe I was just having a good day. Maybe I've adjusted to it after playing so many games.
Yeah.
It definitely requires more stamina,
Hmm.
and yeah, I don't know. It's just I feel like the key is staying hydrated. To be honest,
Yeah. Well,
like
well,
if you don't stay
nutrition. Yeah,
hydrated, then
hydrated. Yeah.
you shut down after like an hour and a half of playing.
Yeah. You really need a good sleep and stuff like
Hmm.
this. And what you're doing in real life? Do you have like you like what you're studying or you're working or you're
No,
doing
I'm
Quake
unemployed
only?
right now. Quake only right now for
Okay.
me.
So you kind of try to keep like some sleeping schedule like healthy or like what you're
Yeah,
trying. For example, if you got like QPL Challengers on Saturday and it usually starts in the evening, right? Like 4,
yeah. It
5
starts
p.m.
like three or four, something like
So
this.
then like what you're trying to sleep as long as you can that day till 12, for example, so you got like a
Uh,
lot of energy or you're waking up early or
I'm on like a schedule right now of going to sleep at about 11:30,
hmm
and then waking up at about 8, half 8,
hmm
and then just that's been my schedule for like the past 2 weeks, and I'm just
hmm
trying to keep to it because usually for like the past probably like 2 years I've been going to sleep at like 4 or 5 a.m.
hmm
and then waking up at like 1, 2,
hmm
and playing Quake and then going to sleep. Like,
hmm
and it's like it worked, I guess, but
It's
it didn't.
good. It's good not before the LAN, but like online, I think it's good schedule because like when you
Mm,
wake up 12, 1 p.m., you still got a lot of energy like going to the tournament. If you wake up 8 a.m. and then you have to play at 5 p.m., it's kind of whole day in front of you.
yeah, but also I I tend to play well when I've been awake for that long.
Hmm.
Like I need like quite a long time to wake up. Like at LAN, I was struggling to wake up like that early and then
Hmm.
go and play. I was
Yeah.
kind of just like asleep pretty much.
Hmm.
Um, but it works for me to wake up that early and then like chill for a bit, like go for my walk, like I said,
Hmm.
get some food. Because also when I was doing that schedule, I wasn't really eating as well.
Hmm.
Whereas now I'm eating a lot better, and I
Hmm.
don't know, I just feel a lot healthier with this schedule right now.
Hmm. And you're living in UK right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't the we- doesn't the weather depress you a bit in UK?
It's not that bad right now actually. Like it hasn't rained in like a couple of weeks,
Hmm.
so I'll
Hmm.
take it.
And what do you think, like as a player, what if there is one thing you would like to improve the most, what will be now for you to improve to be a better player? What should you improve?
Just my focus, to be honest. Like I
Okay.
let things get to me too easily in
Hmm.
game. Like if somebody does something that I don't think should work, it
Hmm.
just annoys me so much, and then I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it for the rest of the game.
Hmm.
So
So it's easier to tilt during the game.
yeah, I tilt too easily for
Hmm.
sure.
Even during practice games or usually
Yeah,
only of even during
always.
practice game? Well, I maybe you're gonna learn it with age or something,
Um,
cause like it's like I think it's no point to lose nerves on that shit.
I think I treat like practice like it's tournament as well. So
But
if I
that's
lose,
good.
then like
That's good.
great, I'm
That's
in losing bracket.
yeah. But that's really good. That's what Rafa does. That's what Kilson does, and it seems to work now. It didn't.
Mm.
It wasn't maybe the best way in the previous Quakes where you could do something different, try some like only one aspect of the game to practice it. But nowadays it seems like everybody is taking practice very seriously. So it's good.
Yeah,
The most
maybe it will
important.
pay off, or maybe I'll just get more tilted. Only
Yeah.
time will tell, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
aside from Quake, I'm
yeah.
basically only playing like Apex pretty much.
Ah, yeah.
Like,
You're playing Apex, right?
yeah,
Does playing Apex or like, did you ever like tried Overwatch?
no, not really.
So from the shooters, FPS shooters, like only Apex or like.
Yeah, pretty much. Like proper shooters. Like I've played like Left 4 Dead and like Back 4
Mhm,
Blood, but
mhm.
it's like PvE. So
Do you feel like playing Apex in a practice helps you a bit with Quake, like mechanics afterwards, or it
yeah, I
doesn't
think
have
so.
impact?
I
It
think so. Like
it
I
does.
tried Kovacs, but
Yeah.
it didn't work for me.
Mhm,
Whereas playing Apex, it's like very fast paced. Like
mhm,
when you actually get into the combat,
mhm.
and I don't know. It's very fast
Yeah.
fights when you're into it.
Mhm.
So it does help with the tracking, particularly.
With tracking.
Movement, not so much because it's very different movement. But
Mhm.
yeah, I think it helps.
Yeah, I think like other some games are actually helping with Quake. Like it has to be fast. I think Overwatch is kind of helping with Quake, so that's good to play aside. Like if you want to improve, and
Maybe.
also just keep your mind busy and don't really overplay Quake and stuff like this. Anyway, RMV, I'm glad to have you here. As I said, it's gonna be short one. We had like well, we had like half an hour talk anyway. It's like it's usually like this. Like I
Yeah.
expect something's gonna be like 15 minutes, then I feel like it's 10 minutes, and then it's like 30 minutes in the end.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't want to make it too long. But I wish you good luck in your QPL challengers.
Thank you.
You got four
Thanks
more
for having me.
chances. Yeah, we're gonna watch your results and everything. And thank you for being here.
Thanks. Take care.